Hello there, my name is Laminjai. This is News Review today, September 20th, 2021. Coming up on the show today, people of Latrikunda in North Bank region get borehole after our investigation into the water problem in that NBR settlement. There, World Coastal Cleanup Day, Bakau Environmental Movement cleans Bakau Beach, held over the weekend. My guest today will be MP Saikou Marong. He's the National Assembly member for Latrikunda Sabiji. We'll talk about the APRC-NPP alliance as well as the December election. Before all of that, let's see what the newspapers are reporting on today. We'll begin with the Standard newspaper. Their lead story is saying coalition talks initiators hopeful of agreement, saying the 6 opposition parties who started discussing the possibility of forming an alliance to remove President Barrow are optimistic about the progress and outcome of the negotiations. The talks, initiated by Gambia Democratic Congress, All People's Party and Citizens Alliance, started 2 weeks ago at the Seaview Hotel. Barrow promises 6 new health centers, 200 Cuban doctors. President Adama Barrow has announced that over 200 Cuban doctors will arrive in the country soon as he laid the foundation stone for a health center in Mankamangkunda, his own village. The Gambian leader, who is currently on his Meet the People tour, has been distributing ambulances and laying foundations of health centers across the country. Dabo says UDP government will not engage in revenge. That's also there by the Standard newspaper, saying the United Democratic Party leader has said that his party has no intention to engage in revenge if elected in December. Critics of the party have both publicly and privately suggested that because of huge suffering the party and its leaders endured under former President Yahya Jammeh, the UDP will resort to revenge if elected into office. However, addressing thousands of UDP supporters in Sukuta on Saturday, Ousainou Darboe said he will not lead a government that will engage in revenge against its opponents. Away from the Standard, we will look at the Point now, saying Darboe is also still on that huge rally there by UDP in Sukuta, saying UDP leader Ousainou Darboe has urged his supporters to convert the monumental welcome accorded to him into votes, saying while speaking before a teeming crowd at a UDP political convergence in Sukuta on Saturday, Mr. Darboe advised his supporters to maintain peace while asking young people to vote in the December polls there. Comium owes Pura 62 or $69.1 million. The Public Utilities and Regulatory Authority, Pura, on Friday, September 17th, confirmed to journalists that a privately owned telecommunication company, Comium, owes the government $69.1 million. That's also there by the Point newspaper. That will be it for the newspaper review. We will take a short break and we'll be right back. Now, the people of Latrikunda, North Bank region, have gotten themselves a borehole after our investigations earlier this year into the water problem in the community. This borehole was sponsored or was built by APS Money Services. So over the weekend, the borehole was officially inaugurated, easing or dulling the water pains of the people of Latrikunda. More in this report there.
All villagers came out to attend the inaugural ceremony of their 10-tar borehole. Women and children manifested appreciation to APS services as they sing and dance with faces embedded with joy. Staff of the company said they are delighted for the opportunity, mostly for the welcoming environment.
APS ñun dañ fi nekk pour dimbale nit yi especially di community so lii du nekk benn yoon rek dafa nekk yoon comme MD nu ko waxee so ak Ablaye nu ko waxee tamit nañ mu di ñëw di seet naka la ñoo liggéey ak yéen su nekkut booxul rek so ñu ngi leen a gërëm yéen tamit di leen a dellu di gërëm di ñaan yàlla booxul bi dara bu mu ko jot.
Village Alkalo Abdou Seka shows happiness as he thanked APS for the borehole and the Fatu Network for empowering their voices.
te tey kontaan di boo xam ne xamul fu mu xem daal di leen gërëm li ngeen def ni lu rafet la waaye ba tey du doole ñu ngi leen a ñaanaat te yéen Fatu Network ñun waaye Dibakunda duñ leen fàtte mukk ci àdduna.
These villagers express similar regards.
ñun de ñun la fekkoon fee sa pompe ba di ñu laaj am nañ ndox wala amuñ ndox ñu ne ko amuñ ndox man maa doon wax de léegi bu ma waxee loolu ma ne ko ñun de amuñ benn ndox ndax pompe bi dañ ciy ne ba 2 heures ñu am sax ku ne paan mu ne ma ne ko waaw mu ne fóot mi tegee ma ne ko fóot mi dañ war a fóot te amuñ ndox mu ne ma ne ko waaw mu ne yéen da ngeen di yanu ma ne ko dañuy yanu de lépp lañ dee def.
ñu ngi leen di sant bu baax di leen gërëm xam ne li ngeen def lu am solo la ndax alquran dafa wax ne yàlla dafa wax ne lépp luy dund rek ci ndox lay dundee nit mun naa ñàkk a lekk ñetti fan continuer di dund waaye nit mun dañ ñàkk a naan ñaari fan di dund kon dafa mel ni li alquran wax loolu am na ndax alquran nee na lépp luy dund rek ci ndox lay dundee to bon am na solo yéen li nga xam ne yéen a ngi ko def muy APS ngeen dépasse ko ci dëkk bi fii dëkk bi kontaan nañ bu baax a baax dëkk bi manqué woon na ndox bu baax a baax.
Mamadou Diouf, MD APS Services, thanked the Fatu Network for reaching out to the community and communicating their problems. He said his company will continue to do more in other parts of the country, adding this is a corporate social responsibility.
tertu bi rafet na te kontaan nañ ci biñ ñëwee fekk fi jaama loolu dal na suñ xel bu baax a baax foo fekk mbooloo daje rek foo agré am fa rek nga xam ne jaama moo fa am surtout biñ ñëwee tey nag ubbi projet boo xam ne tey ñun si suñ boor APS nekk na loo xam ne macha allah kontaan nañ ci bu baax a baax waaye balaa ñoo wone suñ kontaante rek ñu njëkk a gërëm Fatu Network bi nga xam ne ñoo feeñal yéen seen buga ci wàllum ndox parce que su fekkee ne feeñu doon xëj na tey lu tax ñu dajale ko fii nii du doon mën a am. waaye comme que loolu feeñ na ba ñun ci jot si ba muñ cee def li nga xam ne moom lañ ci def tey kontaan nañ ci bu baax te ñu ngi cee gërëm Fatu Network gannaaw loolu nag ñun APS suñ ekkatee suñ alal gasal leen boo xool pour ngeen am ndox def nañ suñ warugal loolu suñ warugal la en tant que compagnie bi nga xam ne ci dëkk bi lañ ko sasee ñu ko moom waa dëkk bi la ñu faa liggéey waa dëkk bi la
Before APS Services came to their rescue, the Sabasanjal village used to be among those rural villages in the Gambia without water. Women go far distance to secure water and would carry it on their heads. However, the narrative is different today. APS vows to keep in contact with the villagers to see the borehole in good shape. Fatu Kamara reporting for the Fatu Network News Review.
And now, World Coastal Cleanup Day, Bakau Environmental Movement cleans Bakau Beach. Well, this cleanup exercise was held on Saturday, as Matisango reports.
Third Saturday of September every year is observed as International Coastal Cleanup Day. Bakau Environmental Movement took it upon themselves to clean Cape Point Beach in joining the world to celebrate this day.
Bimu International Beach Cleaning Day, 18 September. As International Day for Beach Cleaning, because Beach Cleanup Day. So until we are a group called BEM, Bakau Environmental Movement. We are concerned about the environment. The only concern is to preserve the landscape. So scientists only realize that we can coffee, so more project on Bakau, and the youth we have, they are very active. They cover plant over 200 cocoa trees, and other type of tree plants.
Today, we have to come and join for the International World Coastal Cleanup Day, because it's like we can, like if I come to the beach, I swim, I go, then it's no problem. But here is where I belong, and I'm at the beach every day. Both day and night I'm here to see that the trees are growing, to see that the environment is getting better. We're trying to get some rubbish bins from peoples and our society, our page called BEM, and from the small donor we have, we buy the dustbins and other things. Now I'm very happy. I can see that people are picking their rubbish and put it in the rubbish bin, and most of the people are responding. So we are very happy about this environment. So we are urging that the government or KMC should come and help us better, because we have a lot of rubbish around. We need to take them, but lack of materials and tools and lack of funds, because we never get paid here. But all what we are doing for 3 good years to 4 years, as you see.
Women were also not left behind. They participated in this exercise and lamented that litters, especially plastic, that are thrown on the beach are threat to marine life.
So ñun dosol mi yalon ko yeje tente so ñin ñel min yalon ko kana wulu wala jan surtout ñim bada mi yalon ko e ka fay so min bit because ñebal be kana wulu janne ñeringol be ka kulu janne so ñeringol yi min ka kulu jang so yi ñin nol min yalon ko e bija ñin jalo kuntol ni potol ni naylam busol ni fengol so aba ñedingol batandila bakela because ñel be kana wulu janne ñedingol be ka men janne fo e men yeta baba kono.
Yankuba Keita also urged youth to participate in beach cleansing exercises and call on government to help them with trash bins.
And they cannot come to an environment that is dirty. Then I call on all youths to come out next time to make sure that we make this thing happen, because today is International Coastal Cleanup Day and we live around the coast area. Then we should make sure that these things we come out in large number as young people to grace this occasion, because it is really important. And when you see, they see a lot of young people who are coming out to clean this environment. And on Sunday when you come here, the beach is full, you understand, and the beach is clean. That's why many people are coming. If the beach is dirty, they will not come. Then we have to make sure that after using the beach also, we should make sure that we clean the beach, because it's really important that the plastic that we picked from here, it's from this cup of tea, plastic cup of teas and other stuff, you understand, and water bottles, you understand, and we can clean those things. And also, and I'm urging the government also, or the ministry, to help us with bins, you understand, which we can place in the beach, whereby, because Bakau Bakau environmental movement are doing something great. Look at the coconut trees that they have planted, and these are things that we need. But we need bins to make sure that after using the beach, they can dispose their materials, and it will be easier for them to also control the environment, you understand. Because
Bakau environmental movement members said they are passionate about beach cleanups, and it's geared towards saving marine life and making the beach attractive for tourists. TFN News Review, Mate Senghor.
Imagine owning a home or service plot, enjoying the sunrise and sunset from a beautiful garden, morning hugs and beautiful moments with your loved ones, the never-ending stories, beautiful memories that will last a lifetime, making and sharing great moments with family and friends. You can turn this into a reality. All you need is a tough home.
Thank you. So National Assembly member for Latrikunda Sabiji, Saikou Marong, joins me now. Honorable Marong, thank you for coming on this show.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Very well, very well. Honorable, first things first. I mean, let's talk about one of the most important events of the recent days and weeks. The decision by APRC to ally with President Adam Barrow's NPP. I mean, this is what everyone is talking about. You have those that say this is the way to go, this is right. You have those who say this is wrong. What is your opinion on this?
Well, first and foremost, I expect that divergence of view on this alliance between NPP and APRC. I know there are a section of Gambian that will say that it's not a good move, and then also there's a section that will say that it's a good move. But also, let me just make things very clear that I'm here as a National Assembly member of Latrikunda Sabiji, not as an executive member of NPP. I'm not here representing an executive because NPP have their executive. That's important for people to understand and know.
Important, yes.
All right. I think, Mr. Anjay, that is normal to me, because when it is not a surprise for any Gambian that NPP and APRC can form an alliance. People knows about that one. Many people suspected of it. However, forming an alliance between APRC and NPP, the fundamental question that I ask myself and I ask people that says that why is that APRC is a legally registered political party in this country, like any other political party in the Gambia. For example, if any political party join alliance with, let's say, NPP, people would have said, no, it's okay. So why APRC? We have to understand, 2016 up till now, APRC as a party, we all know them, how they were operating. To me, they are law-abiding party from 2016 up till date.
Yes.
And NPP as a party have the right to form an alliance with any political party in this country. Because if you look at the fundamental principle of NPP, it stands on those ones. Political pluralism is there, forming alliance with any political party or any organizations is part of them. So forming an alliance with APRC, I don't think is a crime. To me, I don't think it's a crime, and it's something that I really welcome. I welcome the idea.
Those who are balking at the idea of APRC joining NPP are pinning it on the issue of this party being the party of the former president, and you have to look at how things look when you talk about the former president, a dictator who terrorized Gambians. There was an investigation around his rule, and then you have, people who say that this is an insult because APRC was there all along while Jammeh was going about terrorizing citizens. APRC stood by him. They supported him.
Well, Mr. Njai, if you are saying APRC stood by Jammeh during his time of dictatorship,
I'm saying those who are
okay.
Yes.
But these are the very people also, all right, that have supported Jammeh when he was a president. These are people, most of them work with Jammeh. They do. But because things went other way around, so they rejected Jammeh. But we all know, we are all in the Gambia here. How many people work with Jammeh? How many people supported him when he was in government? Just, what surprises me most is that from 2016 up till now, everybody says to Gambia that, no, I'm not interested in Jammeh, I hate Jammeh, Jammeh is this, Jammeh is that. Yes. But before then, they were working with Jammeh. They were empowering Jammeh. And then this alliance is not an alliance between Jammeh and then NPP, but it's an alliance between APRC and then NPP as a party. Yes. All right? Using that one as a benchmark, I don't buy that idea. I'm not in support of what they're saying. Well, what I can say is that APRC is a registered legal political party that's been existing, doing their party meeting, Congress and everything, so as NPP. So joining and forming an alliance with them, to me, is not a crime.
Let's look at it this way then, because you have, these days things are getting more and more serious. Election is looming and looming large. All the parties are making their moves here and there to securing State House. Then you have, parties who might maybe feel threatened by this alliance. Maybe this is why they are pushing that narrative.
Well, let me make this very clear. If you are threatened by this alliance, APRC and NPP alliance, then go and do something else, because it's happened. And then we know the APRC, NPP, APRC alliance, they're not going back. All right? It's happened, and they are moving forward. So if you feel like I'm afraid of these things happening, it's happened. Think of something else. But you cannot stop this alliance from happening. So I think those people, those sitting there talking about this or complaining about this alliance, is that let them go and do something else, because this alliance is there and it is there to stay.
You have activists too who are also part of this issue of no, APRC should not work with President Barrow.
Who are these activists, if I may ask you?
They also include victims of the former president.
Well, what I can tell you, Those activists that include the victim of former president. Let's put this in this perspective. APRC, from 2016 up to now, it's a political party that is not banned in this country. All right? It's a political party that's operating. It's a political party that's having their political meetings, rallies, unlike any other party. So, having this alliance with NPP, all of the students, some activists are very genuine, but there are some so-called activists also that just jumped. But the problem that we have here is that some of these activists are not even an activist. They are politicians. Some of them have started showing their color, their true colors of government.
They are saying they are hiding behind
they were just
activism.
hiding. Exactly. But they are not. They are politicians. But all what we can tell them is that if you are a politician, join any political party, you have the right to do so. Nobody is going to deny you. Like nobody can deny NPP APRC alliance. Let's make this thing clear. The people of APRC are Gambians like you, so you cannot deny them forming an alliance with NPP. If that's what you're thinking, it's better you change your thinking towards that alliance.
I have spoken to some opposition figures who are against this marriage, and what they tell me is that in fact this is just the executive of the APRC that endorsed NPP or went into this marriage or this love affair with NPP, not necessarily the rank and file, the supporters of APRC. All of them are against this.
Well, what I can tell you is that any political party you see in this country, I believe, is run by an executive. So when an executive is in agreement with the alliance, I am okay with it. The rank and files that you're talking about, time will tell. Let's see what will happen. If you think that those people are not joining these people, I think you have to think twice. Because these people, they are coming on board. They are definitely coming on board. I can assure you that.
How about I mean, you support the president. I mean, I know you are an independent MP, but you are, I would say, NPP MP. I mean, you are not yet an NPP MP, but you support the government.
Thank you.
You support the government.
Yes.
So now, the issue of the No Alliance movement, you have this movement that is fighting so hard to destroying this marriage. I mean, and these are also APRC, supporters. What do you say about that? Do you think, this is a worthwhile venture?
Well, my advice to them, if they are really genuine to support a party called APRC, let them join the executive. All right? Because I know that there is nothing they can do about this alliance. Yeah, you can talk, say anything that you want, but that's where it's going to stop. All right? And then this is a democracy. Everybody has the right to belong anywhere you've been. You can say anything you don't want to say. In actual acts, you're not insulting people or you're not saying things that is not right. You can go ahead. But all what I can advise them is that let them come on board and join their people. Join the executive, APRC executive. Every party that you see in this country is run by an executive. And that executive, people should have a respect for the executive.
Did you see this coming?
Well, if I tell you I didn't see this coming, I will lie to you. I suspected this coming. Simply because APRC, as a party, know that President Adama Barrow, the way he's ruling this country, in terms of development and whatsoever. So I know that since onset, they are happy with this, how Adama Barrow is running the government. Because since he came into power, he did not differentiate saying that because you are APRC, you've been in power for 22 years, this is X, Y, and Z happened under your leadership, so now we're not going to do this. No. What he did is that we are a government like me. Every political party has the right to exist and then do your political activity. So this is what the APRC executive says that, look, I think Adama Barrow as the president of this republic, despite all what has happened in this country, he is a president that is very unique. So why not we join him? Why not we join and then make sure that he is in office for the next 5 years? Mm-hmm. And they feel that there is a way, they can do it and then they join it. So I'm not surprised seeing this happening.
And what does this mean for reconciliation?
Well, I think it means a lot to reconciliations. Not all Gambians. Some might see it as it's not, it's an insult to the victim. But other section of the country will see that it's like very good reconciliations for us to come and reconcile and then move forward. Because one issue that we need to be very, very careful of. To me, as a president, we got to be very, very mindful of how we treat our leaders. Okay? Not only in the Gambia, but in the whole Africa. That's important. All right? It's not every ruler there, every president of Africa that after your tenure in office, you have to go on exile or whatsoever. I don't think that is right. Let's look at the way we are doing things. Let's reflect our mind. Let's work as brothers and sisters of the Gambia. This is a country. This is what we have. Gambia is all what we have. So I think we should be very, very mindful.
So how about, I mean, I've seen also critics say that this alliance, or coalition, if you like, is purely out of political expedient, not necessarily genuine. The issue of genuine reconciliation is what triggered it. You have people who say the president wants to win by all means necessary, and he just doesn't care. This is not.
Let me tell you this. Every political party in this country you see wanted to win December election. Is that not true?
Very true.
So if the president wants to win, and he knows that his best bet is to alliance with APRC and win, is he not going to do it?
Of course he will.
So that's it.
Where does this leave former President? Because you've made a very interesting, or you've taken a very interesting position saying if there should be any law to grant amnesty to the former president, you are going to support it.
Well, I had an interview with a Standard newspaper. We discussed about APRC and an NPP alliance. And what I told the reporter at that moment was that I'm supporting the APRC and NPP alliance. But if you ask me of Jammeh return or whatsoever, as I tell you, Gambia or Africa at large, we should think twice the way we judge our presidents. Well, I'm just going to wait for that time to come, as of now. All right? Let me wait for that very moment to arrive. When it's alive, then I will make my decision.
That's when you are going to make your decision.
Yes.
Now, elections is less than 80 days away. Very soon we will head into nomination. But before that, we've seen the president crisscrossing the nation. His nationwide constitutionally sanctioned tour. We've seen him, he's been going to all parts of the country to really speak to and meet Gambians. What is your view on that? People say he's politicking.
Well, I think we should be let's understand, President Adam Barrow is a politician. If he goes out, you don't say the president go out, told the nation, the length and the breadth of the Gambia, but do not do politics. That is totally out of it. No, we just have to be honest to each other here. That is totally out of it. What I understand is that he is out, fulfilling a constitutional requirement. And that's what he is doing.
Yes.
But saying that he's not going to do a politics, think twice. There is no president in this country, and there is no one that will come to the seat of the presidency that will turn the length and the breadth of the country without doing politics. He's totally out of it. So if you think that President Barrow is not going to do it, or you will sit down in your corner, write anything that you want.
Or you don't want him to do it.
No, come on, don't want him to do it. You just go and do what he's about to write, what you want to write. But President Barrow is a president, he's a politician. Once he's out, we expect him to do politics. That's it.
So, now we have seen one of his biggest rival, of course, will be UDP. But we have seen some opposition parties initiating talks, 6 of them. They have started negotiations for a so-called grand coalition against the NPP, the APRC alliance. What is your view on that?
Well, let me tell you.
When they all
opposition party that are even
forces.
Opposition party that are even less than a football team. You're telling me that they are on an alliance talk? Let them continue.
So you are saying they don't have?
No, come on.
Have supporters.
We don't even listen to them. Let them just.
They don't have supporters.
No, I don't say.
How do you know that
they are even less than a football team?
How do you know?
Come December 4th, you will see what I'm saying. Let them just go ahead and form.
But did you do any independent investigation to ascertain or to know their
I don't
base?
need to do any independent investigation or whatsoever to know their base. What I can tell you, these are parties. Some of them are parties that did not even have a football team. If they have 11 players, you don't even have a reserve. So come on. Those people talking about alliance against NPP, APRC, the alliance, let them also go on. They are Gambians like any other. So they can do it.
They can feel free to do so.
So of course, why not?
Now, the UDP, we have seen I've never seen UDP pull so much crowd. Really, it's massive. If we are to call a spade, their Saturday meeting was huge. I have spoken to someone who said he felt dizzy. Of course, a UDP supporter. Said when he got there and saw the crowd, he could not stand. He felt dizzy. He nearly collapsed. People had to, because he was not used to such type of crowd. So this is how massive the crowd is.
Well, to be honest, Mr. Njai, their meeting that they did at Sokoto was a very, very successful meeting, you know. But if you ask me, I will tell you, Honorable Dabo, who is the flag bearer of UDP, is used to pulling crowds. What's happening in UDP is that when we are going, they go with their votes. For example, the meeting at Sukuta in KMC, if they have 100 votes, they have gone with 85 votes. So they are only left behind with 15 votes. So saying that they have a crowd, yes, they have a crowd, and the meeting was well organized, to be honest to you. But is that a winning crowd? One have to ask ourselves. How many people are expected to how many people are expected to vote in our election, upcoming election?
We have over 900,000.
We're talking about 962,000 people.
62,000 people, yes.
We organize a meeting that is even less than 100,000 people. You are taking that one as a yardstick, saying that we've already won the election. December is just at the corner. To me, I think, you know, if that is it, let IEC just call for an election tomorrow and let's go and vote and see.
No, we'll have to wait until.
No, come on. For me, I would prefer we go to full tomorrow.
Let's wait. Let's go by the rule.
Well, to be honest, it was a very successful meeting. It was well organized. It was well attended also as well. Yes.
But how about the statement by the UDP leader that, because you have the feeling really in APRC and in some quarters is that when UDP take power, they are going to embark on this revenge sort of. I mean, the UDP leader is dismissing that, saying no, UDP is not going to, take that route.
Well, but I think, Lamin, when people say that they're going to be revenge, it's not something that is new. When the coalition 2016 came in power, what happened?
That was revenge?
There was. You know, when we talk about revenge, we don't only mean a physical revenge, going to people and fight them. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about people in the position have been relieved from their offices, or of their position. It's happened.
All the phony directors were dismissed.
Most of them are dismissed, and it happened. It's not an open. It's not a, it's not an open secret. It happened in this country. The ambassadors are recalled. Yes. So it happened. It's not something that didn't happen. Saying that when we were coming in office, we are not going to do revenge. It happened. So come on, it's happened.
So the fear is in fact in place.
It's not even a fear. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yes, when the UDP government, when the former UDP government here, there will be a serious revenge. So this is why we will not give that opportunity to UDP. UDP can call a meeting. They can go to stadium and fill the stadium. And that's where it's going to start.
And
but when we go to pool,
yes,
trust me.
UDP is doing everything it can to make sure they destroy this alliance. Because I've also seen Davos say that the APRC should know that the president is a betrayer, is someone who betrays all. I mean, whenever he enters into anything with you, he is going to betray you.
Well, when APRC,
so he is saying all of that too.
Well, when he said that, and an APRC executive says that the betrayal didn't come from Adamo Barrow. We trusted Adamo Barrow. This is why we're going in for an alliance with Adamo Barrow. So I think that's answer my question. APRC have a trust in Barrow, like I do have a trust in him. So we are okay with that one. They can go ahead with anything that they want to do. But I'm quite sure that the APRC people that are really aware of what is at stake know that this alliance is in the best interest of APRC and NPP. And this is why they are upholding it. And then let me just make this thing clear. If you think that those messages are going to confuse the APRC supporters or NPP supporters, you are making a big mistake, because it's making us very strong. Anytime you utter such words, give us an opportunity to be more and more, formidable in this country.
Why do you think UDP is doing that? Taking that tactic?
Well, that's politics. Every political party has their own way of doing politics. So that's their tactic, thinking that maybe when we do that, we can cause a commotion between them. But I don't think that's going to work for us. Because let me tell you, what governments have to understand. Mm-hmm. This political party, this manipulation or whatsoever to say it in politics, if you wanted to do it to NPP, I think you are disturbing yourself, because we know each other. We've been together. We know how you are doing your politics. Actually, you know how we're doing our politics. So if you think that you're going to use that one to bring a confusion, I think you have to think twice.
Now, this is getting more and more interesting. The space has opened up. You have all these people. Everyone is saying he's going to win. You have the new kid on the block, very confident. I mean, the swaggy Esa Fall. I mean, he's saying that he's winning. He has launched his campaign. But for him, it is about the educated. He's the best candidate. He is the most successful, the most accomplished, someone who worked in 3 different international organizations. He is saying for far too long, it is the least educated who have run this country, that he hasn't seen any country anywhere in the world where the least educated has developed.
Well, I think Gambia as a country and Asa Fall as a candidate have the right, like any other Gambian, to go to his podium and then say anything he wants to say. But Mr. Njai, I can tell you that the voters have in their voters' cards and they are waiting at the corner. If he says that the Gambia is being run by the uneducated folks, let's see. December is just at the corner. On the 4th December, you will know. It would be very clear to you that, look, the majority of this country, you know, are those people that you are choosing of not educated.
Do you appreciate his comments at all?
Well, I did not. But I cannot condemn because he's a politician. You know, let me tell you, every politician you see today now is into something. He wanted to achieve something. So he believed that by using that word, I think he's going to be in the, you know, this intellectual, you know, cohort of the country. But I think he's made a big mistake by saying that. Because come December, it will be very, very clear. Yes.
What do you have to say about politics of personal attack, politics of diatribe, politics of insult? I mean, as someone would say.
No, I mean, one thing I will tell you, and let me say this in Mandinka.
Yes.
If you respect your leader,
yes,
or if you respect your parents, you will not insult other political parties, leaders, or their parents. Because if you do, you know, as Mandinka says,
yes,
at the end of the day, it all comes back to you. So those type of politics, I did not accept it. I think Gambians should graduate from such. Let's start to talk to each other. Tell us what you have. Talk to your supporters. And if you are a political leader, you don't have control over your supporters. Come on, there's a problem. And these are people that will tell you that, you know what, these are our supporters, we have no control over them. That you are not fit to be a leader in this country. If you don't have a control over your leaders, your followers. That's very clear. So if you just continue insulting, but if you don't want anyone to insult your leader, your political party leader, or you don't want anyone to insult your parents, please do not insult others' political party leader. The way you respect your political party, your head or the leader of your political party, is the same way that others also respect theirs. So, you know, let's just understand it that way. That's important.
What is your opinion on the IEC? Do you have confidence in the IEC at all? Because if there should be one critical, hugely important stakeholder in this election, it's going to be the IEC. I mean, a mistake would be catastrophic, because this election is turning out to be a do-or-die, high-stakes affair. Then the umpire here, the referee, that is the IEC, has a massive job on its hand to ensuring that they serve this one out. Well, otherwise, I mean, there is this tendency. I've spoken to some people, and they are scared. They have this apprehension that there could be violence.
Mr. Nya, I think IEC need to put their house in order, to be quite honest to you. Because even these voter registrations, they came and told us that there was a double registration in some polling stations, so then people have been registered more than 3 times, also others have been registered. And then they come back and say that, no, that was a mistake in our system. That didn't happen. So how about if such happened during the presidential elections? What will happen? You know, we remember, this is the reason why Jammeh said that he's not going to step down is as a result of IEC.
They are blunder.
They are blunders, they did that one. And then we come to the national, the local government election also, they repeated the same thing again. So I think IEC have to put their house in order. They have to. Because I don't expect IEC to tell us that the people have been registered more than 2 or 3 times. All of a sudden they came back and said that no, that was an error in our system. So
that's
better.
Unacceptable.
That's unacceptable. It is just unacceptable. IEC, as an independent institution have to work on their, they have to work, they have to do a lot of job.
How is President Barrow's popularity in Latrikunda Sabiji, in your constituency? What are you doing for the president?
What? Well, I can tell you President Adam Barrow is very, very, very popular, not only in Latrikunda Sabiji, but through the length and the breadth of this country. He is very, very, very popular. Latrikunda Sabiji is never an opposition stronghold or whatsoever. It has never happened in the history of the country. So up till now, the love and the support that the President Barrow have in Latrikunda is huge. Not only in Latrikunda Sabiji, but even in the North Banks and every part of this country. You know, he's very popular. They throughout the lands and the breadth of the country. Those who are saying that this president is not popular, you know, just even I listen to them, you know, I see to myself, oh come on, thank you so much for saying that he's not popular. But come, let's go to December. On the 4th of December, you will know whether he's popular or not. Because he's going to emerge as a winner, inshallah.
You will win.
President Barrow, I know I'm quite sure, I'm 100% sure that he is going to win.
Well, everyone is saying they are winning. UDP is saying they are winning.
Well,
Zafali is saying he is winning.
Well, I wish we can go to poll tomorrow. Not to wait till December 4th, but we can go tomorrow.
You want to bring it closer?
Closer!
Let's wait until December 4th.
Then that's okay.
Honorable, but as always, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That is Honorable Saikou Marong, MP Latrikunda Sabiji, National Assembly member. He was my guest today. We'll leave it at that for today's show. Thank you. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then.